Hi guys, I'm Shmi and I'm back in London after a truly brilliant trip to Dubai. If you haven't already checked out the videos, make sure you take a look because there were some amazing highlights. We got to visit the SBH Royal Auto Gallery as part of the Ferrari Parade, the Yas Marina. We were driving in the Cadillacs, the CTS-V and the ATS-V. And then just 2 days ago, as part of the McLaren Club UAE National Day drive for the UAE's 44th National Day, I got the opportunity to jump behind the wheel of the McLaren P1. I'd been driving in the 650S Spider that I had borrowed from Al Habtoor Motors, the dealer in Dubai, but that was a truly epic experience. And given that day with McLaren, it's kind of going to bring me nicely onto the topic of today's conversation. I'm out in London with the McLaren 675LT, the Shmi-mobile, my car. It's an absolutely lovely day, blue skies, sunshine. It's a little bit colder, of course, than it was in Dubai, but it's December in the UK. What would you expect? 30 degrees out there, just a couple of degrees back here. But there's been an announcement in the last couple of days that you might have seen. McLaren have introduced the Spider version, the 675LT Spider, and they're going to be making 500 of those in addition to the 500 675LT Coupes. Now, why I'm talking to you about this is because I have seen my name pop up in hundreds and thousands and millions of comments about everything to do with that Spider and should I have waited and all sorts of different things. Well, I can announce that I'm one of those customers that requested they made a Spider, so I have one on order that will be coming at some point next year. So I'm going to talk a lot more about this and about how long ago and all of that, so stay tuned for that. Of course, when they introduced this car, the 675LT, the original plan was 500 cars, coupe only, and they sold out exceptionally quickly. In fact, in the UK, if you wanted to get one, you basically had to have ordered it before they even introduced it. It came out in March at the Geneva Motor Show, but by that point all the deposits had been taken for the UK allocations. So that created, that sort of situation where there are a lot of people out there who want the car who aren't able to get one, and a lot of demand then to McLaren to build more of them. They did the thing that they had done with the P1s, which was to introduce a couple of the sort of pre-production prototypes as road-going cars. I think there are about 5 or so that are going to make it onto the road. So they're technically already over 500 675LTs. Didn't necessarily mind that too much, let more people get into the brand and buy such a fantastic car. Why not? But this latest sort of introduction with the Spider is a little bit against the sort of ethos and purpose of this car. Longtail represents the track-focused ethos. It's all about driving performance and sort of raw involvement when you're at the wheel of the car. Hence the coupe, the super low weight, 1230 kilos, and being a fixed top, even though you have the carbon fibre tub. That's why if you sort of look at Evo Car of the Year or any of the sort of journalist reviews, the 675LT has been performing so well because it's a fantastic driving machine. And that's why they were sold out so quickly, because we knew it was going to come out and we knew it was going to be so good. And it's why they're commanding some pretty nice premiums now on the used car market, which is obviously good for me because I bought one new, having put my name down way back. So the Spider takes a little bit of that away because it's obviously some extra weight, and its weight up towards the top of the car. It's an extra 40 kilos, same as the 650S roof mechanism. It has a sort of slightly extended windscreen that comes up to about here with a black stripe across there, and then the two sort of buttresses at the rear with the two-part folding hardtop that goes down into the rear deck. So it's a 40 kilo weight penalty, takes the car up to 1,270 kilos, which, if you're wanting the track car, you think Porsche GT3 RS, for example, you don't really want a convertible one. But the reason they've done it is because a lot of people, myself included, can't drive these cars 100%. You certainly can't drive 100% on the road, and most of these cars are going to see their usage on the roads. And if you're out on the road, you still want to feel the sort of involvement, the performance capability, what the car can achieve without necessarily actually doing it yourself. So the Spider is that sort of compromise of 99% of the ability with a little bit more of the enjoyment. So that's basically why I've gone for it, because I love being able to put the top down and that sort of open air driving experience. Not so much in the UK, mostly when I'm down on the French Riviera, somewhere really, really awesome, driving some epic roads. So I think it sort of fits, and a lot of people missed out on LTs who perhaps would have gone for one if they had known a little bit more about it before, but it just sold out so quickly. I think McLaren have built 2,000 or so 650Ss maybe, and only 500 LTs is a pretty small number. In fact, even 1,000 LTs is still a pretty small number. So I'm a little bit feeling cheated that, you know, there was supposed to be 500 675 LTs and now there are 1,000 675 LTs. But on the flip side, it's such an epic car and there's clearly demand for it, because even the Spider is already sort of pretty much fully spoken for in some markets. I think at the time I'm uploading this, if you want one in the UK, you're too late. I think they've gone. I think they've gone already. Because people like me putting down our names and getting the orders in way back. Yeah, on which note, a lot of the comments, yeah, you've all been saying like, Shmi should have waited. As tons and tons of people have written that. And well, I know. You know, when I got the 12C, a lot of people then said when the 650S came out 3 months later, I should have waited for the 650S. But at the time, it was, well, 3 or 4 months later at the Geneva show in 2014. Well, I couldn't actually, I mean, massive price difference. Used 12C to new 650S just wouldn't have worked and would have changed everything going forward. And I wouldn't have had the 650S for Where's Shmi or for Gumball that year. So that would have been a total mess. Then when I bought the 650S, you might remember I had actually already ordered this one. I announced in that video that I had ordered this in November, December of 2014, literally just a couple of weeks before I then bought the 650S with the intention of changing it up to this car when that came out. Well, this year in May, well, the LT came out in March at Geneva this year, 2015. In May, I put down my name for the Spider. In June, I spec'd this car. So when I spec'd this car and revealed this car, I already knew I had the Spider coming at some point in the future. So a little bit of a trick on you all, as usual. I keep doing that, I'm sorry, but I just don't know what's happening in the future with different cars and things. So yeah, I've known that the Spider's coming for a while, had time to sort of take it in, watch lots of discussion on forums about whether they should do it or not. And I think, you know, Ferrari take the roof off the Speciale and make it the Speciale A. There's a lot of demand out there for them. Look at the prices that car is hitting on the market now. Asking prices well over double what it costs new for a nearly new, slightly used car, which is just mental. But if people want to pay it and people want to drive it, then why not? For me, I want to buy, own, enjoy, and get the fully sort of most I can out of these cars. So yeah, that's two things. You know, what do I think about them making the car? I would have rather that they didn't. I'd rather that we just had the Coupe, but if we're going to have the Spider, I'm pleased that I'm able to get one for myself, because it's going to be an epic machine. I would love to be part of that. Yeah, my sort of history in all these comments, everybody saying Shmi should have waited. Well, I didn't want to wait. I wanted to buy both, and that's what I did. So there we go, you know now. Now onto the spec, you know. So one thing running through my mind is, am I going to try and keep both cars, or am I just going to change the Coupe for the Spider? I would love to keep both. You know, I've got dreams going on of keeping this one in the UK, keeping the Spider in the south of France, and being able to run them both, but obviously they're seriously expensive cars, even if they're appreciating assets and good business sort of investments as well, if I can get the funding to do so. So I have no idea yet. I'm sort of going to worry about that a little bit as we get nearer. My Spider will be due in the middle of the year maybe, so by then I'll have done Where's Shmi, I might have done Gumball 3000, maybe with this car, so lots of things might have changed. I just have no idea at this stage whether it will be both. As to spec, I might do it sort of matching. I might do cerulean blue again from MSO. I might go to another MSO colour like Movine blue, which is that lovely kind of purple colour they did a 570S in at Pebble Beach. I might do Aurora blue. I'm keeping it very blue here. I might do Volcano red. I might do something completely different. I have no idea at this stage. I'll see as time goes by, and I'm more than open to your suggestions. The sort of Solis colour, the green, greeny, lime greeny, yellowy, gold, I don't know what to call it, colour they sort of did the press launch pictures in, I find a little bit odd, along with the 20-spoke wheels. I love these wheels, so no doubt I'll end up speccing the same ones. Part of me thinks it would be absolutely epic to have the matching pair, Coupe and Spider, both in cerulean blue. No idea at this stage how that will end up being. Basically, there are just a ton of different options and things that I could end up doing with the Spider. Interesting fact with the Spider, by the way, if you didn't know, 675LT VIN numbers end 675 and then your triple digit number, up from 001 up to 500. The Spider is going to be 501 up to, well, I guess 999 and then maybe 000 for number 1000. I don't quite know how they're going to do that. Haven't heard the answer yet. Spider itself is basically the same car with this rear end. It has a new deck design, so the Spider rear deck, which obviously sits flat and isn't down from the roof, has this same sort of shape at the back of it, which the 650S Spider didn't have. But yeah, it's coming, and I can finally let you know that I've ordered one. But I guess back onto something slightly topical to now. This car is actually going back up to McLaren Manchester. I'm going to host a schmeeting at McLaren Manchester next week on Saturday the 12th. So there are going to be more details to come on my social media pages, but because when I was up there collecting this car from the showroom, I didn't post out anything live because I had so much to sort out for myself, all the paperwork, the documents, registration, filming, and the stress of getting the car for the next day into Italy, that I wasn't able to tell you when I was there. And I know I upset a few people about that, who wanted to come and see the car at the showroom. Well, you're going to be able to. I'm going to bring it back on a Saturday, so hopefully you're available on the day. It will be around lunchtime, details to follow. We'll get the car there, we'll have it in the showroom, you can come in, take a look, and we'll say hello. So that's going to be quite cool to be able to catch up with everybody at McLaren Manchester in Knutsford next weekend, Saturday the 12th. But yeah, I'm trying to think, I'm sort of rambling a lot, it's absolutely freezing. But I really just wanted to show you and talk about the 675LT Spider, car that I have ordered, as many of you will have expected, and I can't wait to take delivery of at some point next year. For now though, I've got this beast to enjoy, so I'm going to go for a drive. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe for all the latest updates, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers! And we're in Dubai. I'm here with Seb, Sam and Paul, and we've got a pretty cool adventure ahead. Your eyes do not deceive you. The car's in here.